Hey, what's up everybody? Fade here and welcome back to a new video. It's been a couple days, my fault, but today I want to talk about something that happened on Tuesday of this week. So it'll have been December 6th on Tuesday, and as of this recording it is December 8th on Thursday. And as you guys will be seeing this video, it'll be December 9th on Friday. That's when I'll be scheduling this video to upload, and that'll be the time you guys are seeing it right now, basically. So, oops. But anyways, so if you guys didn't see my last video about band or anything like that, then basically back in late October, at the end of October, maybe I might not even have made the video until November at some point, but back then, October, November, I made a video talking about how my high school's band, and how we did during marching season for marching band. Well, after that video, and after what happened on Tuesday, what we did for band on Tuesday, well, kind of feel like making another video like that today to talk about another band event that happened. So on Tuesday, December 6th of 2022, just in case in the future someone watches this video 2023 or whatever, 2022, December 6th. So as of this recording, 2 days ago, and as of when you guys finally see this video, 3 days ago, we had a thing called a Christmas concert. It's a bit early for it, yeah, beginning of December, whereas Christmas is in the end of December. But we go out for Christmas break on the 21st of this month. And, well, from start of December to the rest of December, we spend that time actually like in band we practice music and all that, and then school we have to focus more on grades. But back to the band thing, that was not a good transition, I'm sorry about that, but I just want to get this band stuff off my chest. So after marching season got done, we had, I think we had like a week, maybe two. No. How did that whole thing go down? We had like a good chunk of November when we went back to school after state for marching band. And I don't remember what we did for that time. I think what ended up happening was we ended up getting the music for the Christmas concert like a week, 2 to 3 weeks, maximum 3 weeks before Christmas concert got scheduled. And, well, I think first we got a song called Paco Bell's Carols, which is basically like maybe 6 to 8 songs combined into one piece, and it's carols, like plural. Sorry, I feel a sneeze about to happen. So if you guys hear me sneezing soon, I'm feeling one coming. But so we ended up getting our piece. I ended up getting the accessory part, which is basically like for percussion. Like, since I'm a percussionist, we'll get different instruments depending on what part we play. There will be a lot of the same instruments. However, since we have multiple percussionists, different people will play different parts depending on the piece or whatever. So for Paco Bell's Carols, I ended up getting the accessory part, which the parts that we had for all of it was, there was bass drum, there was snare drum, there was the glockenspiel or the bells, which I'm pretty sure I explained what that was in my marching band video. So if you guys didn't see the marching band video, go ahead and check that video out and then come back to this, because that marching band video, Let me actually check how long the video is. How long is it? Pretty sure it's a long one. However, it is a good one for like... Oh, it's a 47.5 minute video, but it does a pretty good job explaining what happened during marching season, along with like... I basically have a little bit of a segment where I explain what certain percussion instruments are, like bells, marimba, xylophone, vibraphone, all that. So I basically try to explain what that is. But so if you guys don't know what bells are, just go to that video, watch the whole thing so I can get better watch time on the video. And when you get to the segment where I actually at least try to explain what all the percussion instruments are, I'm pretty sure I'll try to explain what the bells are. Or if you don't know, if that doesn't do a good enough job for y'all, after you watch that video, you can just go to Google and search up like bell instrument, like bells or whatever. Like not the actual like bell, like a ding ding ding, but like a bell for percussion type shit. But back to what I was talking about. So there was like a bell part, snare drum part, bass drum part. There was a crash cymbal part, which is like the I explained what that is because one, it should be easy to explain, and two, since there wasn't a crash cymbal part for marching season, I didn't really go into what a crash cymbal was during the marching season video, so I'll go ahead and explain what it is here. It's the cymbals that you hold in your hands like this, and then you'll like crash them against each other. That's what a crash cymbal is. So there was a crash cymbal part, and then there was an accessory part, which is what I got. And I think that was it. I think there were like 5 total parts that people played. So we had one guy play snare, one guy play bass, one guy played bells, one guy played crash cymbal, and then they had me on accessory, which is basically like any other instrument that we had. It's basically like concert season's equivalent of rack. If you guys remember you can go to the marching season video to know what rack is, because I'm pretty sure I explained what it is there. It's basically marching band's equivalent of accessory. But accessory for my piece was a lot smaller than rack. At least for usual marching season. Our marching season had a small rack. But at least this year. But accessory, I had 3 instruments. Originally it was going to be 4. I was going to play the suspended cymbal along with the other 3 instruments that I play. However, that wouldn't have worked with another instrument that I play because I have to instantly switch, and I wouldn't have been able to do that. So they gave my suspended cymbal part to the crash cymbal player. And I don't remember if I explained what a suspended cymbal is, but a suspended cymbal is basically like a cymbal that's attached to a stand, and you will like do a roll on it with like marimba mallets, or you'll hit it with a drumstick and just do like simple hits around it or whatever. So the suspended cymbal part was given to the crash cymbal player because none of his crash cymbal parts, the suspended cymbal part was only for a certain amount of the piece, and none of the parts that he played suspended cymbal on, he also played crash cymbal on. So the crash cymbal part wasn't written for that part, so he just stuck with suspended cymbal for that part. And then, yeah, it was a minor part, but yeah. So the parts that I played was the triangle part, which I think you guys should know what a triangle is for instruments. You guys could probably look it up if you don't know. But a triangle is like, it's a triangle shaped instrument. It's like a metal piece, and you'll have a thing called a triangle beater, which is basically like a triangle equivalent of a drumstick, and you'll hit the triangle with the triangle beater, and that's how it works. So I had that piece. I also had these sleigh bells, which, if you guys don't know, it's like a piece of wood that you'll hold like this. It'll have like little bells on it. And have you guys ever heard? If you guys have ever heard like any Christmas song, and heard the tss, 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 not like a tss, 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 but it was like more of a ring sound to it. Like, it's basically like the sound of a jingle bell. Like, I'm pretty sure they all also call it jingle bells. So like that's basically what the sleigh bells are. Like, if you guys have ever heard like not like a sizzle sound, but more of like a ding ding ding. I don't really know how to explain the sound it makes. But the other piece I had was, did I play 3 instruments? I'm pretty sure I did. What was the other one? Oh yeah, I played the wind chimes, which wind chimes. If you guys have ever had wind chimes, you'll know what it is. But the musical version of wind chimes, you guys could probably look it up. It's basically just a bunch of wind chimes just connected to one thing, and you'll use your finger to play it. I only had to play that for the final measure after everyone else was done playing for that piece. So I would just, and I played it for a half note, so I had to go in the middle of the chimes and play it the rest of the way. As soon as the rest of the band got done playing the part, I just do the wind chimes and the song was over, type shit. So those were the instruments I played for Paco Bell's Carols. And that was also not only the first song that we learned out of the Christmas concert songs, but it was also the the first song we played at the actual Christmas concert, and it performed great. We all performed our parts, if not like very well, like perfectly. We played it exceptionally well. Like, I probably messed up a little bit on my part for Paco Bell's Carols, but my part was easy, and it was easy to get back into fixing it and shit. I don't think I might have messed up a little bit on my triangle part, just because I wasn't hitting it correctly, or I'd used the wrong hand or whatever. But I was able to fix it. The wind chime part I got down pretty good, since I only had to play it for one part, like one measure, and it was after everyone else played. And then the sleigh bell part was just eighth notes, which I still kind of messed up on because of the way that the band director was directing us. So that's how Paco Bell's Carols went. The next song we got was a song called "Come to the Manger," which "Come to the Manger" is a slower song, and well, let's just say that the percussion band director who usually sets us up for our parts, he didn't really do that for "Come to the Manger," at least not initially. So we ended up at first all getting marimba parts, or like mallet parts for that. And I liked the mallet part, but eventually the percussion band director, I'm not going to say his name, but I'm cool with him. He's a cool guy. However, he moved myself and the guy who played crash cymbal on, the guy who played the crash cymbal part on Paco Bell's Carols, he got moved to snare drum, and then I got moved to bass drum. Which, out of all the song, like on the mallet part, you played for most of the song for "Come to the Manger." However, for the bass and snare part, you played basically the exact same thing. No matter what you played on snare or bass, you played at the exact same time for the exact same measures, and you only played for like 8 measures in total. It would be like you have to wait like 12 to 16 measures, play for 4, wait another 12 measures, play for 4 measures, and then the rest of the song you don't play. However, for those parts that we played on, the band director that was actually directing us and actually like conducting us for the Christmas concert, he didn't like the way that our parts sounded with the and like mixed in with the rest of the band, so he took both of our parts off the song. So for "Come to the Manger," neither me nor the other guy, I'm not gonna give you guys his name, but neither one of us played for "Come to the Manger." So whenever we performed "Come to the Manger," myself and the other guy would just step to the side of, like, step off stage. We wouldn't join the audience, but we would just step off stage, get like backstage type shit, and let the rest of the band perform "Come to the Manger." We also had a singer, like a kid from choir, came in and actually sung the song while the rest of the band played it, which was pretty cool because I'm pretty sure that girl was also a band player. I don't remember what band she was in, but she was also in choir, and she was a pretty good choir singer. So I don't know if it was because she's also in band that they signed her up for it, or if it was just they needed a singer for the song, and Faith was just a good one. But yeah, her name's Faith. Sorry. No, it wasn't. Was it? I think I don't remember what her actual. It might have been Faith. I have no idea. But so they chose her. She did pretty well. You couldn't really hear her for like the first half of the song, but then once the rest of the band started getting quieter. Sorry, my mom's texting me. But once the rest of the band started getting quieter, you could actually hear her singing, and I'm pretty sure it stuck like that where you could hear her for the rest of the piece. So Come to the Manger was great. Although I didn't play anything, it was a pretty good part. And then we get to the third song, and the last song we played for the Christmas concert. Also, before I go into that, Paco Bell's Carols was the first song we played at the Christmas concert. Then Come to the Manger was the second. We only played 3 in total. We were given 4 pieces in total, but we took one off because this one, along with the third one that I'm about to bring up, were both like decently hard Christmas music pieces, and we could only have one Christmas song that's difficult to learn. So we ended up taking one of them off and keeping the other one. So the one that we did end up keeping is called A Christmas March. We ended up keeping that one and playing it. For that piece, there was a bell part, or glockenspiel, which I already explained all that shit earlier. There was a snare and bass. I'm not gonna explain what all the parts were, but the part that I got for the Christmas concert for that was the glockenspiel or bell part, which I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty sure I basically just played the exact same thing that the flutes played for a good portion of the piece. I'm pretty sure that's the thing. However, I did miss a couple of the notes. I like froze a little bit at the concert when we played it, and like it took me a bit to learn that piece. And even when I did learn the notes for the piece, I kept messing it up. I was too focused on actually looking at the bells and like paying attention to the conductor or the band director and like actually trying to match with him. So there were some parts where I just stopped playing, which, to be honest, I'd prefer missing my note and actually not playing the note for something as important as a concert. Which Christmas concert, it's not as important as like UIL stuff, because UIL, or like the actual concert thing, will be having at, I think it'll be happening in April. So I don't think we're gonna get the official parts for that concert or contest until next semester, when we come back after Christmas break in January. But that'll be when Indoor Drumline starts as well, and I can't wait to come on here and talk about how that goes. But fuck. But anyways, back to A Christmas March. I don't remember what I was talking about before, so let's just get back into A Christmas March. A Christmas March was the third and final song that we played for the Christmas concert, and I did mess it up a little bit by not playing notes, but I would much rather miss notes on the piece and not play them certain notes than play notes that aren't there and mess up the whole song. Because at least if I don't play the notes, it'll just seem like I don't have any notes there, and so it doesn't seem like I messed up because there's just nothing there. Whereas if I play a note that's not there, and especially if it's obvious that I play something that's not supposed to be played, then it's going to basically like ruin the performance in a way. Man, that was something that had me worried for Paco Bell's Carols, because our snare drum player, he's autistic, so, and he did not really know how to play the snare drum that good. Like, he didn't know how to roll on the snare. So, and there was a lot of rolls. He didn't flam that good either, and it kind of scared us a little bit. It came out fine, I guess, but someone needs to teach that kid how to roll at some point. Cause I know he's a freshman, and he's also autistic, but like, he needs to learn before he goes further. Luckily, me and the other junior that's in there, we're both decently good. Well, he's better. The other junior's better than me, because I wasn't in band freshman year, I didn't do marching season sophomore year, and the other junior that's in our percussion section, he was doing he did marching season for both freshman and sophomore year. So this year was actually his third marching season, while it was my first. But yeah, so he'll have more experience and all that. But like, we got luckily after this year, the other junior and I will be able to stay here as seniors next year and be able to stay an extra year in school to be able to. So hopefully we'll be able to take that extra year and put it into like not only focusing on finishing high school, along with doing good for ourselves in band and all that, but also hopefully be able to help our other band members, especially the ones who will be taking our places as juniors next year, because I know there's 2 sophomores in there right now who will become juniors and take our place next year. So hopefully we'll be able to prepare them to be able to take our spots. The thing that worries me about next year, though, is like the 2 seniors that we have. Not only are they in first band, whereas the rest of this front ensemble people are in second, but I don't think we'll be able to fill their shoes. One of the seniors are going to be graduating high school and going for a music major in college, and he's also the best front ensemble member we got. And then the other one, he was also a really good front ensemble player. However, he's not as good as the other one. However, he was way more responsible than the better player. So it kind of evened out between the 2, because one of them took up the role as like the leader of front ensemble and like took charge of everything, while the other one was just a really good player that could always play great and everything and make us sound better. So we had 2 great seniors, and myself and the other junior, neither one of us think we'll be able to take the place of those 2, but we'll see what happens, I guess, next year. But anyways, back to this year's Christmas concert, what the original video topic was about. So the 4th and final song that we had for Christmas that we ended up not playing, that ended up not making it to the final cut for the music in the Christmas concert, is called Tidings of Comfort and Joy. I don't know if you guys know this song, but you guys could look up this song along with all the other songs and listen to the original versions. But for this piece, I ended up getting a part for it that I usually don't get, and it was kind of like my learning experience for this instrument. It's called the timpani. We didn't have a timpani for marching season, and well, pretty sure timpanis are actually concert season exclusive instruments, which makes sense considering what they are. Timpanis are 4 big drums that you have to put all right next to each other. You have to tune them as well to get certain notes out. And they're basically like, imagine like marching quads, except you have to tune them. They're bigger, so instead of marching with them, they're just 4 big drums right in front of you. You have to use timpani mallets instead of snare sticks or marching sticks, and they play entirely differently. So they're basically just entirely different versions of quads. I don't know why I mentioned the whole quad thing, because they're nothing like quads. But my mom's texting me again. I'll look at the messages as soon as this video recording's done. I want to be able to get 2 recordings done today as well, but depending on what time it is, by the time I'm done with this one, I don't know if I'll be able to. But back to the topic. Tidings of Comfort and Joy. I had the timpani part. I played for like all of 9 measures. So although the part was a hard piece for some of the other kids, it wasn't a hard part for me. Because although it was 4 different drums with a bunch of different notes and all that, I only had to play 2 of the drums, and I only got 1 note for each. And so mine was basically just a lot of me hitting one drum or rolling on one and then just hitting the other and all that. So like I had an easy part with the timpani, So what ended up actually happening was, like, about a week or so before the actual concert happened, the band director actually had us do a vote to see which one out of Comforts and of Tidings and Joy, and then A Christmas March, we did a vote to see which one of those songs would be going into the final cut of the Christmas concert. We ended up voting, and A Christmas March ended up winning and staying in the final cut for the Christmas concert. So Comforts and Tidings and Joy ended up getting thrown to the side while we focused on the rest of the music for Christmas concert. Now that the Christmas concert's done, and I've talked about all the music and all the parts that I had, let's talk about the end result, the actual Christmas concert. I've basically summarized the whole thing whenever I talked about my parts, but 3 songs we played. First, well, we're not going to talk about Come to the Manger. Well, yeah, we are. I'll talk about Pachelbel's carols first, though, so then we can talk about them in order of what they were played as. First, Pachelbel's carols. I think the production of it was really great. I don't think it was the best song we had. However, it was a great beginner song for the concert, and I think everybody did great. I don't know if anyone messed up, but I don't think anyone did, or at least not enough to be noticeable. I think we performed very well on that song. Next up, Come to the Manger. I think that even though myself and one other percussionist didn't play, so we only had 3 percussionists playing a part, and they were all in the same part. Although we had that going on, the band played that song really great. The singer that was a part of it sung it pretty well, although you couldn't hear her for the first half of the song. Once you actually could hear her, she sounded cool. She sounded good, matched with the song, and the band played really amazing for the song as well. For the final song, A Christmas March, as a song and as a production, I think it was the best song out of the 3. If performed correctly, if all 3 of the songs were performed like masterfully, like if we mastered all 3 of the songs, A Christmas March would have been easily the best one out of the 3. So I can see why it won the vote. I was upset a little bit because I liked Tidings of Comfort and Joy, and I liked that I had the easy part, because I thought to myself as like the glockenspiel part for A Christmas March was kind of a hard part in my opinion, whereas the timpani part for Comforts of Tidings and Joy was easy. So I was upset at first when that song ended up not making the final cut, but then at the same time, when the Christmas concert actually happened and we actually played A Christmas March, I was happy we chose it because it sounded the best out of the 3 songs we actually performed. So I'm glad we played that song instead. As an overall band, we did great. The song sounded amazing. I froze throughout like half my part and didn't play a lot of the notes I needed to. But I think the rest of the band kind of saved me, considering I'm pretty sure I just had the exact same part as the flutes, and I don't think any of the flutes missed their notes or messed it up. So I think the song was great. All 3 of the songs that we played were pretty amazing. The songs were great. The way we played it was perfect. Not perfect. There was still probably some kind of improvement. But yeah, I really loved that part at measure 57. It was like dun da 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 da, and then it kept going. That was the low brass that played that part, or at least certain parts of it. And then in the background you had certain instruments along with 2 percussionists. One person on tambourine, which is, I love playing the tambourine, and one person on the wood block, which tambourine should be easy to figure out what it is, but a wood block is basically like 5 blocks of wood. There's like a hole in the middle. They're all attached to one stand, and you grab like a xylophone mallet, and you just hit the wood block you hit the end of the wood block with the end of the xylophone mallet, and it'll make like a dun dun. It'll make like a duck duck duck. It'll make a sound. I can't really explain what that sound sounds like, but it makes an interesting sound. So the tambourine and the wood block had the same part as some of the other instruments in the band. So, like, while the melody was going on with the low brass, the da 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 da, in the background we had the tambourine woodblock along with some of the other members of the band. They were going like da 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 da. They were like dun 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 dun. Like, putting that all together, it sounded really great. I feel like at measure 65, like 8 measures later, they kind of messed it up by trying to go higher pitch and like messing it up. They didn't play the same part, but they still were doing like eighth notes and they tried to go higher pitch. I didn't think that sounded as good as 57, but whenever the Christmas that was at least for practice. It sounded bad at practice, but it didn't sound as bad at the actual concert. So I'm glad that they were able to fix the sound of it then. But I think that's my opinion of all the songs, and I think that's all I have to say for the Christmas concert. I can't think of anything else I want to say. This video is already over 30 minutes long of recording. So I think I'm going to end the video here. If you guys like the video, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss an upload. Sorry for not uploading in 2-3 days. That's my bad. The first day I didn't post anything was because I was exhausted after the Christmas concert, so I didn't really record. That was actually the day that I had the Christmas concert was also the day that I released my Shiny Dragapult box opening. Go check that video out. You guys need to go check out my 2 newest videos before this one. My 2 Pokemon card unboxing videos. The Shiny Dragapult VMAX Shining Fates box collecting box, which I opened second. Since I already mentioned that one, that's why I mentioned it first. And then I opened a Trainer's Toolkit box as well. So go check out my opening for both of those. It'll be on the channel. It'll be in a separate playlist. It'll be called like Pokemon cards / TCG stuff. You can just go click on that. You'll also find my Pokemon TCG Battle Academy video in that playlist as well, so you can check all 3 of those videos out. They're pretty great creations. I'm really proud of the editing and stuff I put into the. Well, I say editing. It's not much editing, but I'm proud of myself for the little bit of editing that I actually did on those 2. On the 2 newest ones, not the Battle Academy, but the other 2. I'm proud of myself for the production that went into that. It wasn't much, but it was still pretty good. But anyways, check out, I guess, subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video, hit the notification bell so you don't miss an upload. If you want to check out my other socials, go to the About section on my channel, or you can go to the link to the description of this video along with all my other videos. And with that all being said, my name is Fate. This has been me talking about the Christmas concert that my high school band performed for, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.